Right, let's look at how to add and subtract decimals. Nothing really changes except that you bring the decimal point down into the answer over here. Okay, so let us start. We're going to add, we're doing this first one over here. As normal, we start with units, so it's 3 plus 9. 3 plus 9 is 12, so we write the 2, we carry the 1 to the 10th column. Now, 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 4 is 7. Now we bring our decimal point down into the answer, and then we go on to our whole number here. This is going to be 7 plus 8 is 15. Okay, so you just treat it like you normally would your normal units, tens, hundreds, columns, except we're just bringing the decimal point down. We're actually technically working with 1/10 and 1/100 on the other side, but the rules don't change for addition and subtraction. You just make sure your decimal point is still there. Let's do the minus on this side over here. Let's do this one. So 7 minus 5 is 2. 2 can't minus 8, so we're going to have to go borrow from the next column. That's going to become a 2, and this is a 12. 12 minus 8 is 4. And now 2 can't minus 4, so we go borrow again. That becomes a 4. This becomes a 12. 12 minus 4 is 8. We bring down our decimal point, and then we say 4 minus 1 is 3. So I hope you found that easy. It is what you've always known in grade 1, except we are just bringing the decimal point down. Right, let's move on to the next one. Now here, let's first look at what we have here. We have nothing written at the top here, and we're going to be plussing, so it doesn't matter that there's nothing there. But if you want to comfort yourself, you can put a 0 there. Okay? And on the other side, for the minus one here, we're going to need digits at the top because you can't minus from an empty space. So what you do is you put 2 zeros in there. Okay, right, so that's how you handle these things. You fill in the gaps with zeros. Right, you're not changing the value of the number like that. Let's do the first one. 0 plus 7 is 7, plus 6 is 13. We write the 3, we carry the 1. 5 plus 1 is 6, plus 8 is 14, plus 9 is 23. So we write a 3, we carry a 2. Before we continue, we put our decimal in its place. Now we're going to continue. 2 plus 6 is 8, plus 5 is 13, plus 3 is 16. We write the 6, we carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Quite easy. Right, now our next one is a minus. So let us find another color to work in, just so it's slightly different to the plus. Okay, so we put our zeros in because we can't have nothing above the 4 here. We need a 0. 0 can't minus 4, we know that. We need to borrow from the next column. Still can't borrow from it because it's a 0, so we're going to come borrow from the 6 here. We're going to make it a 5. This is now 10, so it can help the first column, so we take away from the 10, it becomes a 9, and the first column becomes a 10. 10 minus 4 is 6, 9 minus 8 is 1, and 5 cannot minus 6, so we go to the next column, it becomes a 4, and the 5 becomes a 15. 15 minus 6 is 9. Do not forget to put your decimal point in its place. Now we continue. 4 minus 5 we can't do, so we come fetch help from the next column, and that becomes a 14. 14 minus 5 is 9. 1 minus 1 we can do, it just leaves us with 0. And 5 minus 1 is 4. Okay, right. Next screen, remember, you're going to do this one at home. So you're going to fill in zeros in the columns where there are just empty spots to help you. You're going to press pause, copy these down. Don't forget to bring your decimal point down into the answer, else it'll be wrong. And then you're going to press play, and we'll do it together. See you just now. Okay, so you're back. First thing I'm going to do is put my zeros into the places where there's emptiness. There's a column with a 0, and there, and there. We don't really need them over here, okay? But we do need them on the decimal side. Okay, so let's first do our plus. 0 plus 8 plus 0 is 8. 9 plus 5 plus 0 is 14. 5 plus 1 is 6, plus 3 is 9, plus 6 is 15. Don't forget your decimal point in the answer. Okay, 1 plus 7 is 8, plus 8 is 16, plus 7 is 23. And 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay, so I hope you got that for your plus. Now let's do your minus. Let's put our zeros in first. Okay, let's start. So 0 can't minus 6. We can't borrow next door. We're going to come and fetch her from 9. Becomes an 8. This is now a 10. It can now help the first column, so that becomes a 9 and this becomes a 10. 10 minus 6 is 4. 9 minus 9 is 0. 8 minus 8 is 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. Decimal point, 9 minus 8 is 1. And 1 minus 1 is nothing. We don't write the 0 in the front. I hope you got those answers. Now you can say you're a master of adding and subtracting decimals. The secret is just to make sure you stick to your columns and that your decimal point always ends up in the correct place in the answer. Well done. We'll move on to multiplying decimals next.